Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Brewing with Magic. Well, today I've got an Izzet deck for you, but it's not an Izzet deck that you would normally see. Instead, it's based around Ominous Sea. So, we're calling the deck Let's Get Kraken, and why don't I do that real quick? Get Kraken on what exactly we're doing with this deck so we can get into some gameplay and have some fun. So, first off, of course, you got to have 4 copies of Ominous Sea since that's what the deck is revolving around. It's an enchantment. Whenever you draw a card, put a foreshadow counter on Ominous Seas. Remove 8 foreshadow counters from Ominous Seas. Create an 8/8 blue Kraken creature token. You can cycle it for 2. I highly suggest you don't do that with this particular deck. I can't even think of a situation where you wouldn't want it on the board, especially since you can't win with anything else in the deck. There's not a single other way to hurt your opponent other than with this. So don't cycle it. Throw it down on the board. Throw as many as you can, as often as you can. So how do we get all of these tokens? First, what we're going to do is we're going to stay alive or protect it. We're going to stay alive or protect our Ominous Seas by using 3 shocks, 3 spike-filled hazards. Yes, that can also be land in a pinch. 3 copies of Blitz of the Thunder Raptor, which in the late game takes care of anything they've got going on. If they've got a huge creature they're trying to slam into you with it, this will kill it. If you have 2 or 3 8/8s out and they've got a chump blocker out, this is going to clear the board and let you get in with everything. There's almost nothing this won't kill late game. We have 4 copies of Neutralize. Why not have a little bit of counter magic in there if you're playing blue? And we have 2 copies of Shatterskull Smashing. Really good removal. Kills multiple creatures plus planeswalkers. And once again, can be used as part of our land package if need be. Then we have our draw package. Our draw package is 4 Ops, 4 Frantic Inventories, 3 Omen of the Seas, and 3 Valakut Awakenings, which in my opinion, Valakut Awakening, if need be, use it for land, but the front side, the put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your library, then draw that many cards +1. One of the better cards in the deck, especially to fire up the Ominous Seas. But how does it do that? Well, we have our draw package, but this is our draw engines. So we have 4 copies of Teferi, Master of Time, which is just a really strong planeswalker for many reasons. The +1 every single turn, their turn and your turn, is amazing. The -3 to protect yourself if need be. You only really want a -3 if they're coming at you with multiple big creatures. If it's one little creature, just plus it and them slam into you. Who cares? Because you're not really trying to get to the -10, but opponents don't want you to get to -10 on this particular planeswalker so bad they will do anything to make sure you're not taking tons and tons of extra turns. And the other draw engine in the deck, 2 copies of Teferi's Aegis Insight, which is what fires up the Valakut Awakening so strong to give you so many tokens for Ominous Sea. So we only have 2 of this in the deck because first off, if you had multiples in play, you'd be cheating because it's a legendary enchantment. Secondly, if you had multiples in play, you would deck yourself probably with 1 of your draw spells. Like, you just draw so many cards so fast. So once you have the Teferi Ageless Insight on the board, you're going to be just racking up tokens on the Ominous Sea, which is just going to keep giving you 8/8s. And so that's amazing. And the best thing you could do is just have a huge hand at the end of their turn with Teferi and an Ominous Sea, or 2 or 3 on the board, and a huge hand, Valakut Awakening for your entire hand. If you draw 7 cards, you've now drawn 14. You put triggers on everything. Maybe you have an extra land open. You throw an Opt, a couple more triggers. Trigger them all at the end of their turn, so nothing has summoning sickness at the beginning of your turn, and you swing in for a whole lot. And if that doesn't kill them, rinse and repeat. Super fun deck. The land base is super simple. We just got some basics, pathways, some temples, just for a little bit of scry, 2 fabled passages. So everything is really synergistic. It's a pretty fun deck to play. I suggest you give it a try. Let me know what you think of the deck down in the comments below. If you've liked the video, please do that and give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. It means a whole lot to us over here. And I'll have a summary for you at the end. Don't forget about that. Now, let's get into that gameplay. Lightsaber. Well, let's see if we can't swing away. What do we got? We got 2 Fables, an Island of Frantic, an Omen, a Spike Field, and a Shock. I don't like it. We're going to mulligan. Hey, we mulligan into a much better hand. We have red with the Shatterskull Smashing, so I think we're going to keep the 6 and pass on the Fabled. And we'll lead off turn 1 with the Shatterskull Smashing tapped. Seems like a good play. We have some removal, some draw, win con. They go green, they say go. We go Ominous Seas. Give it right back. Hopefully we draw another land soon. We have double blue, so that's good. Are they Gruul? Are they mono green? Are they poison? Mono green usually when you have a castle. A green castle come out. Okay, we have a mana ramper. We have a mana dork. Okay, so we draw, get a counter, throw an island, And I wish, oh wish, that we could kill that mana dwarf, but we can't. So we're going to go ahead and just pass the turn, and we'll fire off an Omen of the Sea at the end of their turn. Lightsaber smacks down another castle. Are they just going to swing for one, or they got a 4-drop? 3 drops are pretty big for them. 4-drop, I don't know, they could have... Okay, Wolf Willow Haven, so we got a little bit of ramp going on. Some more ramp. They couldn't ramp that turn. If we Omen, I wonder if we can get something in the graveyard for a Blitz. Now they're cultivating. This is getting scary. We need to find a counter spell is what we need. So let's go ahead and Omen. They're going to have something big coming out soon. We need that land. We could use that opt, but we're going to pass on the opt. Draw the land for the turn. Or for the Omen. Draw for the turn. Ooh, it's a Valakut Awakening. That is not a bad draw. We're going to throw out the Master of Teferi, Master of the Times.
It takes impressive
plus
knowledge to be a
It's another Teferi. Let's just ship it. I have had too many Teferis in my hand too often with this deck, and they like to collect in groups. Teferi hordes together. So we have enough mana to do anything they want over there. It is a Toski. Secret Bearer. It's not a bear, though. It's a frog. So they're going to swing at us for 1 and draw a card. Okay, they throw an ooze. They're going to attack phase. Here, it's going to attack us or the Planeswalker. Planeswalker? Okay, so we'll just plus Teferi, and they can attack
Think fast.
all they want. Let's get rid of... Oof, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. I guess the Frantic Inventory is the worst of them. That's weird. Okay, they can hit us. That's fine. Drop a turn.
This used to be easier.
So... I want to throw a land this turn. So maybe we Valakut Awakening now, or we do it as a trick. So let's plus Teferi.
I do love.
Oh, it's Teferi's Insight. Oh, okay, so now I gotta make it through a turn because I really need that. So I guess we're going a different route than the Blitz. So let's pass on that. Get rid of that. Let's throw the Insight. Let's pass the turn. And I can make an 8/8 right when they can attack, which I think is smarter than trying to phase something out. And then they can't even kill this. Let's see what they've got going on. What is Teferi? Oh, do they have a Gem Raiser? Oh. They're looking at our stuff. Don't look at my stuff, man. Return to nature. Okay, well, let's go ahead and Teferi.
Don't worry, I'll think of something.
Let's get rid of... Oh my goodness, so many things I could... Like the Spikefield Hazard kills the Caridid. The neutralized counter stuff. I think I'd rather counter something right now and then draw a whole bunch. Get rid of that. We're gonna put counters on the sea. Okay, let's activate the ability. Give ourselves a big old 8/8. Okay. Another Caridid, so they're down to 1 card in hand. They're going wide on us. A Garruk's Uprising, so now they trample. They can attack for 3, draw 2. I kill 2. Or just attack with the Toski. Okay, we'll block the Toski. Oh, we get a land. Man. Okay. Throw the land. We will throw... let's draw with Teferi. Lol. Scavenging Ooze, another Teferi. Okay. What are we doing here, Lightsaber? So we draw the 2 cards. We're never going to get to another Teferi at this point, I don't think. I think we need to sack our Teferi. Keeping our other cards, because we're going to want to throw more and more land. Wow, this is tough. This is tough. I'm going to Omen. Holding up with the Opt, Neutralize, Valakut. There's a Shock. keep the shock. Let's throw the shock immediately on the Scavenging Ooze. And let's pass the... do I attack here? They can attack me for 3 and I don't care. Or they could start blocking. Yeah, I think it's better for me just to swing. They block with the carroted. Okay, cool. And they get their turn. So we have a Teferi at 7. They have a carroted, a Toski, and a land that they drew. Woo, we got lucky. So maybe swing at us. Where are they gonna go? Where are they gonna go? So just Toski. I don't want them to draw. So we'll just phase Toski out. There we go. Take our turn. Or are they going to make a wolf pup? They make a wolf pup with the Whipwillow Haven. And we will opt. It's a shock. We'll keep it. And we will opt. And it's a temple. We will ship it. Well, let's throw this out on red because we have plenty of blue. Let's own one of the seas first. See what I get. 2 Epiphanies. Jeez. Okay. Temple of Epiphanies. Okay. Spike-filled is one of them. So let's go ahead and Spike-filled Hazard the carroted. You get that mana. Okay. Let's plus Teferi. Let's attack for 8. Okay. And then we'll end the turn. Giving up, what, an island? Seems fine. Holding up, we have 2 neutralizes, some removals, some more lands. Okay, they Whipwillow Haven. So that's all they're going to be able to do this turn, and then they're going to make a dog. So yeah, well, that's not a problem. Okay. That's fine. Okay, they both go at our Planeswalker. No, no. They're both coming at us. Okay, so let's go ahead and shock the dog. Let's go ahead and phase out that Toski so they don't draw. And let's take the turn. Frantic Inventory is the draw. Valakut Awakening. Where have you been? We are down to 29 cards in our hand. So we have to start making some progress here. So let's start by getting rid of this dog. Right there. Let's swing for 8. Boom! Down to 4. We'll plus Teferi. Let's see what we got in our hand. What can we got here? Well, we gotta discard something. We have so many cards left. Not a whole lot left. Let's get rid of one of the neutralizes or frantic inventories. We're still going to draw a ton. Let's throw one of the Valakuts out as land. And let's end the turn, holding up a neutralize for whatever they do. And I think we're done with Teferi, so we could probably... So let's just counter that. And it counters the other side too. So they lose that altogether. Yeah, as I said, they attack Teferi, we let them hit. If they attack us, we phase it and lose Teferi, win the game. Benny Maru. I like it. Like it. Okay, well, we have Teferi, Valakut Awakening, Neutralize, Frantic Inventory, opt in 2 lands, and we're on the draw, so let's try it. Let's try it. Pathway for both colors, so they lead out on a black land. We'll lead out on the temple now. And it's a shock. They're showing Obosh. Black so far. I'm sure they're going to have creatures, and we don't have any removal at the moment. Let's hold it, just in case. Let's just hold on to that. There's shock. See what our opponent's up to. Maybe I should have thrown out a pathway and held the temple since I didn't really know what I was going for. Okay, so there's a throne. So they're going to be coming at us with really powerful, big, giant creatures. We could throw this out on blue, pass a turn. We have a frantic inventory and a shock. They're going to mill. Is Egon coming out? Turn 3, Egon. Bastion of Remembrance is the play. Okay. Let's frantic. Into a neutralize. Into a Teferi. How many Teferis can we find? We have double blue. We don't have double red. Let's throw this out on red. And I think we pass the turn. Now they could throw an Egon. I mean, they milled an Egon, so. Looks like they're going to swing at us for 1. I feel like it's best just to take it, even if we were to shock it. It's just 1 damage. There we go. Benimoto, it takes us down to 19. And then throws Ayara, first of the Lochthwains. We have a lot of counter spells in our hand, and that seems like it's a pretty big counter spell, or good combo piece, especially if they're going mono black. Devotion, that's the word. So let's go ahead and lead off with. Oh, we're giving them a free turn. I don't know if we slam the Teferi. I mean, otherwise we're just on we'll go proactive. Otherwise we're just reactive the rest of this game. So let's go ahead and draw a card, try to find our seed.
Think fast.
We might need the other Teferi, so I think we're gonna hold that. We have 2 ops. Let's shoot an op down. Beginning of each cut card mill. So they have 4 in the graveyard now. This deck that they are playing is very odd. Very odd. Funny stuff. Whenever the battlefield control, there's 1 life, you draw life. That's what I thought. And they can also sacrifice a black creature to draw a card, and then this will do damage. Okay, they're going to come at that. So let's just draw a card.
Ideas.
It's a frantic inventory. Everything else draws us a bunch, or... Oh, man. We're going to be fighting over this Teferi, but I feel like I still got to get rid of this one. I can't keep getting rid of cards that help.
Elders.
So this next turn we can shock this one and blink this one out of existence. Let's plus Teferi and see what we grab. It's another island.
I'll think of something.
I kind of want the land, but I kind of don't. If I get rid of the Valakut Awakening, it'll guarantee that we hit our combo piece, so I'll get rid of the Valakut Awakening. And then I think I just passed the turn holding up all kinds of answers. Throne of the Death mills again. Swamp. Okay, I think they're going to go to attack phase. Okay, so they're both going to Teferi. So let's start off with an opt. It's a second shock. I like a second shock. I'm going to keep a second shock. We're going to use a shock. We're going to kill this 1/1 that's been sitting over here. Okay, we lose a life, they gain a life. Yep. I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna phase the Ayara. I lose 1 more that way than if I just would have taken the hit. But I don't know if what they're bringing in this turn. What is this? Let's go ahead and counter that. Another counter, another piece of the combo there. And we'll throw this out. Plus you.
Time to improvise.
Get rid of a land. It's frantic inventory. Oh my goodness. Nothing. We can kill stuff next turn with that. Hold up the neutralize. We'll end the turn. We'll plus Teferi and draw a card, and then they just, yeah, they don't take Teferi down that far at all. No worries on our Teferi. So we can neutralize and shock again, which is nice. Or we could just hold up the Shatter Skull Smashing if they don't do anything crazy. So they're going to attack the Teferi because no one likes Teferi. Nobody wants many turns taken against them. So let's just plus Teferi.
Think fast.
So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. At this point, I think we could kill more things with the Shatter Skull Smashings than the Shock. But the Shock is right now. Oh, bye Shock. Bye Shock. No more instant speed, but that's okay. Okay.
Oof, now wait just a minute.
He did not like that, did he? So it's Tigrid, which is why we were holding up this other counter spell. No, 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 no. We can't. Another Teferi. That is hilarious. So let's just go ahead and Shatter Skull Smashing for 3. Pay it like that. We lose a life. That's fine. Let's throw out a land. Let's plus Teferi.
Time to improvise.
Get rid of the Scry land. Pass turn. They are bringing Obosh to their hand. Let's go ahead and Teferi. Hey,
Fast.
nice, finally. Let's get rid of our Teferi Master of Time because we are going to be drawing a lot of cards now. Oh my goodness. So let's throw the Teferi Angelets Inside Out. We might not throw the other one. Let's plus this because otherwise we're going to draw too many cards.
Time to improvise.
Okay, let's get rid of the other. Yeah, let's not throw that. And let's end the turn because even if I get my combo piece, I'm out of blue. We really need to find it here soon. It's our opponent's going to kill us. Okay, they exile a creature to draw a card with their throne. Exile what? A creature from their graveyard, I believe? Yes. We can opt and kill anything they throw with the Blitz of the Thunder Raptor, so that's fine. Tigrid comes out first. Cool. Let's go ahead and just kill Tigrid. I don't think so. Let's opt. Don't need land. Draw 2 cards from the opt. There, an Ominous Seas. Okay, let's Teferi plus draw 2. Another. Yes. Let's get rid of the island. Now we're going. So let's throw an Ominous Sea. So another Ominous Sea. And let's just let's Teferi.
Don't worry, I'll think of something.
Let's get rid of a. Oh man. Let's get. Whew, man. Now I'm gonna be drawing too many cards. Get rid of an opt, I guess. And let's throw another. Yep. Let's throw another Ominous Seas out. And let's throw the Shatter Skull Smashing at this point because we're going to draw so many cards. Let's pay the 3 life so we can Omen at the end of the turn or Frantic. Pass the turn. We want to power up as many of these Omens as we can right now. They throw a black land. Is this where Obosh comes? Ayala. I'll let that hit the board. I'm just going to go ahead now and draw with Teferi. What do we get? Draw 2 cards. I'll get rid of the island. Ominous. See. Trigger. There's going to be more, so you might want to hit Resolve All there. Okay. So this draws us the most cards. Don't die. So that draws us what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 cards? Resolve all? Should resolve all. You should resolve all. You don't want to resolve all? We can resolve all. Be faster. If you just resolve all of them at one time. We made it. Let's make a Kraken. Let's make a Kraken. What's Kraken? Let's make a Kraken. I think we just win the game if they can't kill. Well, they might have removal. We haven't had anything out the whole game. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. Here. Let me make a Kraken. I'll sacrifice that. Could have almost killed him there. We'll draw some more cards. And let's throw this out on blue. Let's shock her. Let's spike field Araya. Let's go ahead and attack for 8. We have enough here. We can Teferi plus. Next turn we take a whole bunch of cards. Let's get rid of a land. Let's get rid of this Scry land. And then boom, 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 boom. Let's end the turn. And we could kill anything they throw with the Blitz. And next turn, we get to take a whole bunch of turns and have a whole bunch of Krakens, and we need to stop drawing extra cards. I would have loved to have done it, but good game. Yeah, they saw the writing on the wall. Hello, Tomo. Let's duel. Okay, well, we go first. We have a Teferi, a Spike Field, a Shadow Skull, a Valakut Awakening, an Ominous Sea, and 2 lands. So we'll keep. We can lead off on, I want to say on blue, but there's a Spike Field Hazards we could use soon. We don't know what our opponent's playing. Let's put the Pathway out on red, just so we can hold up the Spike Field. See if we can't blow them out of some really cool little 1/1. There's a white land, and no 1/1 to back it up. So we'll just throw the island and pass the turn, doing the exact same thing, but now we also have an Omen. So, Omen of the Sea. One way or the other, we are doing something this turn. Okay, black land into Rally the Ranks. Okay. So they're building up their board state's power before they build the board state. We're going to go ahead and Omen at the end of their turn. Frantic Inventory is a way to progress the deck, I guess, but we don't need it. We need the second blue land, so we will keep that. And Teferi's Ageless Insight is a really good card for us. I think we're going to throw the second blue. I can't see why we would need the other red. It doesn't matter either way. We'll throw the second blue past the turn. And now we have the Spike Field, which instantly can't kill anything because they went Rally first. Interesting. How did they play around Spike Field? And it's a Youthful Valkyrie. Okay, not bad. So we take our turn doing nothing? What do I do here? I think I'm going to pop the Omen. It's a Temple and a Neutralize. Nope. Ominous Sea. That is the card we needed for the deck. So how do we do this? I think we have to go to Teferi's Ageless Insight and hope we don't die before we can set up our combo. Next turn we can put this down, pay 3. We can play the Ominous and the Open. Oh man, it's not a lot of... Yeah. We'll see. Starheim. Aspirant. Things are about to get cheaper for our opponent. We go down 218. Oh, a shock. But they didn't draw land, so how many more things can they do next turn? I think we let them have their little... do whatever they're going to do, and I think we're taking one more turn off. Throw the Ominous Sea. We throw the Shatter Skull Smashing. We pay 3 life. And we end our turn. And we're going to be ditching our whole hand to try to make... an 8-8 here. We'll draw 5 cards, which will draw us 10 cards, which will make us an 8-8. believe. Or no, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 cards. We should get an 8/8. Okay. Okay, they get counters. If they attack with the aspirant, that's good for us. So they do attack with the aspirant. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do the Valakut. And we'll submit all 3. Done. So we draw 4 plus 4. This one's flying. This one's flying with that touch. So let's make ourselves a Kraken. And let's block the 2/2. That would have stopped that from coming out. Not bad. We have another Valakut Awakening. So let's go ahead and attack. Let's play. So this is 42 cards in hand. So if I do this. No. So I think we can make enough to almost win next turn. So let's see. I want to throw a land. Let's throw it on blue. I have plenty of red. If I throw this, then we can only frantic for a little bit. So unfortunately I want to wait a turn and we're going to Valakut again for all of our whole hand. But we're going to do it now so that we draw more cards. We're just not going to use the tokens and we'll hold up. So let's use more red. Let's only hold up 1 red. Let's go ahead and Valakut for all of it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can actually just do it for 7, so that'd be 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I kind of want the Teferi. Let's do that. Now we are going to be discarding, but that's okay. That's okay. So let's end the turn. There's nothing we really need to do here. Let's end the turn, and let's discard this. 2, 3, not that. 4. We'll keep the opt. 4, 5. 6, 7, and we'll get rid of one of the ops. 8. Submit 8. Choo, 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 choo. So we've got the removal to get through on the next turn. We've got ways to draw. So I can opt at the end of turn to get 1 more Ominous Sea trigger. So we'll have 2 more 8/8s, and then I can also blitz one of their creatures. So there's the Glass Casket. Okay, so we don't neutralize that. We let that happen. Okay. Perfectly fine. Opponent's gonna go to attacks. Okay. Perfectly fine. Well, let's kill the 4 now. Kill that. Let's take 3. Let's opt. I think the game's over. I mean, we'll take it. We don't need it. Boom, boom. Yeah. Make 2, 8/8, swing, die, win. Good game. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have gone from Let's Get Kraken to Kraken Accomplished. So that was really fun. The deck is super explosive, especially if you have more than 1 Ominous Sea out and you can Valakut Awakening with the Teferi Ageless Insight on the board. It's a blast to play. I definitely would love to know what you thought of it down in the comments below. I would definitely make a few changes. I felt like the Spike-Filled Hazards were a little lackluster, so I want to take 2 of those out, but I definitely want to leave 1 in. And then there was a lot of times where I just didn't need to go to their face with the shock to seal the deal. It just wasn't necessary. I would have loved to get a little bit more damage in, so I think I would bring in these 4 Frostbites here, and then for the other Spike Field that we dropped, I would bring in the 4th Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. Super strong card. So if we're gonna do that, of course, we got to get rid of all these non-snow lands. so that we can actually fire up the Frostbite. And if we're going to take those out, if we do want more snow, I think we get rid of 2 of the temples, leave 2 in, and then we just bring in all these lands over here, and let's just make that go way faster this way. Oh, how many do we have? 7 more snow. There we go. And that's how I would run it next time I go out. That's what I'm going to sleeve up, if you will. Take out onto the ladder and see what we can't do with it. So let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed this deck, or if there's any decks you'd like to see in the future. Let us know what kind of content you'd like to see if we haven't been doing it, or just let us know anything for that matter. Give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, completely free. It means a whole lot to us over here. And as always, until next time, have a blast in the arena.